Okay, my name is Barry. Was basically raised by a great set of parents. My mother had me when she was very young, at a time when teenage pregnancies were basically absolutely taboo. Um, she had a very bad first marriage to my biological father. Divorced him when I was about 4. Remarried shortly thereafter to my stepdad, who raised me as his own, even though he had children from a previous marriage. They're still married today. My stepfather adopted me when I was 18, so I mean, I basically have been his son ever since. I can remember stories when my mother was telling me when she went to the church to get their blessing to marry my stepfather. They were like, "No, we're not going to give it to you because divorce is, again, can't do it, especially when you're raised Catholic." So I think with that, I think it really strengthened me to be the person that I am in terms of the moral fabric that I come from. The fact that love is the type of when you feel it and it's right, and regardless of what other people might say, regardless of what the church says, what the Bible says, if it's right, this is what you need to do. And I think that's what I think led to where I am with my relationship with my current partner. The fact that we just have that fiber where we feel that marriage is the right thing for us. And it was what inspired me, especially when the marriage equality law started to be passed here in the Northeast. We had Vermont, we had New Hampshire, and we had Maine in 2009. Luckily, Vermont and New Hampshire passed. Maine, unfortunately, was turned around with a referendum. And I think it was through that turnaround in Maine, I think that's what really, I think, scared a lot of us to say, okay, we thought Maine was going to pass, and we saw, that it didn't. And it really, I think, just inspired me to say, okay, well, I've got to make sure that it doesn't happen here in New Hampshire, to the point where a few days afterwards, they had a rally up in Portland to protest the overturning of the law. And I was like, well, you know, it was not a legal rally by any stretch of the imagination. It was civil disobedience. I had never participated in anything like that before, and I said, well, I can make a choice. I can either take a stand and participate and show my solidarity, or I can just let other people do the work for me. So I decided to leave work early, go up to South Portland, and actually met my other half, who was up there visiting with friends, and he was kind of on the fence about what I was about to do. So I said, well, I'm just going to do it because I need to do it. And strangely enough, he joined me, and we walked all the way down, got down to City Hall, and basically just stood in solidarity and let people know that we were there, what we were all about. So